Hello and welcome back to Genesis Designs and Modelcraft, and welcome to a brand new thing for the channel, an Advent build. So I'm going to have an Advent-ure with the Arma Hobby P-39. Now this kit was sent to me by Arma Hobby. I have already got a full review on the channel of the first boxing of this kit. This is the second boxing and it has teeth, so I've chosen it because it has teeth and a nice festive red nose. So what is an Advent build, I hear you ask? Well, it's a simple enough concept really. It's based upon the idea of an Advent calendar. I'm pretty sure most people are going to know what I mean by that, but in case you don't, here is an Advent calendar. This is a cheap and nasty kids one. This is my daughter's Advent calendar, and I am, full disclosure, filming this on Saturday the 30th of November. And that's because tomorrow, the 1st of December, or today, if you're watching it on the 1st, which is when I plan to put it out, I am going to be at a model show all day, so I'm not going to have time. Even if I manage to have time to do some modelling on this build, I'm not going to have time to get a video up. So, Advent calendar, it's basically a bunch of doors. You can see these numbers. Each of these numbers is actually a door, a little door. The idea being your excited child comes and opens the door, and inside is a delicious chocolate. Now, for those of us who are adults, there are such things as Advent calendars which contain rum and other similar things which are very nice. I haven't treated myself to one this year because I'm still on too many medicines. You can get them with Lego in them, where each part builds into a little scene across the month. So, as I say, each door has got a little present, and usually, if I can even see it, and I can't see if you look, there we are, 24. Up here is a big door, so there'll be a whole kinder in there probably. Advent calendar. So the idea then with the build is, and I have to thank Matt's Modelling Den and his cronies on Instagram for this. This is something that they've been doing for a while. I hopped in on it last year and built a Special Hobby Mirage F1, which I featured on my Instagram page, and in fact it is still there. This year they are doing helicopters, and I was going to join again. I had a couple of things that I thought I might like to do, and then I thought, no, I want to build this kit. I've been planning to build this kit for the channel. This is the ideal way I can filter this kit into the run of things, get it done quickly. 2 birds, 1 stone, etc. So this is my own Advent build of this kit. I think I digressed there again. So the idea is I start the build on or close to the 1st of December, and on the 24th of December I unveil to you a beautiful finished model, and along the way there are very regular updates. I cannot promise a daily update on YouTube. It simply takes too long for me, with the equipment I have, to realistically be able to get a video up every single day, because I am in fact due to go back to work in the second week of December, so that really is going to get in the way. Just to put it into perspective, a half-hour video for you to watch on YouTube will cost me, obviously I have to do the filming in the first place. The editing usually takes about twice as long as the runtime of the video. Then the computer has to render that back into a video, and a half-hour video would take a couple to 3 hours for my laptop to render, and then it has to be uploaded to YouTube, which is probably another half an hour. So you could see very quickly that if I was going to put a 30-minute video up all in one day, I wouldn't be doing much else that day. So there won't be long videos, they'll be shorter, like little chatter boxes, just charting the progress of this model throughout the month, and then unveiling, hopefully, a finished Aerocobra on December 24th. So the kit itself, here we are, it's out of its bags and ready to go, and I've decided to add some spice and actually to showcase something Arma are doing, which is supplying a 3D printed, or 3D, how do I put this, 3D printed accessories. Arma Hobby have been supplying them with the kits for a bit and they sell them on their site. What they're doing now is offering on the website downloadable files to enable the modeller to print their own 3D parts, which should hopefully match and fit the kit. So I went onto the Arma Hobby website and I purchased the P-39 3D printing files, and I then sent them on to Drew Manton because I don't have a 3D printer. It's a brilliant idea until you don't have a 3D printer or the skills to make the thing do this. But Drew does, so I sent the files to Drew and he obliged with, and this is a full set pretty much, I believe, of the 3D parts that Arma do for the P-39 kit. You can see we've got a couple of different types of main wheels, some different nose wheels, there's 3 different sorts of exhausts there, some seats, some small sort of cockpit paraphernalia in there, cannon and gun barrels, a nose leg and its operating mechanism, underwing gun pods, and then some different nose inserts. All of these are available on the Arma Hobby website and they are very, very cheap because they're files, electronic files instead of a physical object. They don't cost much. I can't remember the prices off the top of my head, but it's a couple of quid per part really. So as long as you have a 3D printer or you have access to one via a friend or a club mate or someone on a forum that's willing to do it for you, this could be a good way of getting some extra detail into your models. And as I say, it's really just to showcase what Arma have to offer with this technology. So that's the model itself. Some of you may have hopefully noticed on the thumbnail, the beautiful thumbnail which Jonathan Mock of the Interesting Modelling Company yet again has come through with a blinder and made me a lovely colourful professional looking thumbnail. At the top with the Arma Hobby logo is Premium Hobbies. This is not me selling out, this is me saying thank you. Premium Hobbies have been supporting me for a while and I reached out to Ed Sutton and said, would you like to send me the Mr. Paint for this Aerocobra build, and he has obliged and sent me some olive drab and neutral grey, the main colours, but he's also sent some other things and I'm going to showcase those throughout the build as well. Premium Hobbies, relatively new to the modelling scene, but they are purveyors of fine quality modelling accessories and really they do sell some absolutely brilliant tools and accessories, all really high quality stuff and a lot of Japanese stuff. And Japanese tools and bits and pieces in my experience are absolutely brilliant, really good quality. So I will be using, coincidentally not Japanese I don't think, but the Infini sanding materials. I have a set here of the big sponges. These go from 220 grit through to 2500 and then include a polishing stick as well, and then you've got the high precision sort of slightly firmer sanders down here. I will be using these, and here's a few other things which have been sent across which I'm also going to use throughout the build. Here, high Q stuff is absolutely fab. So this is the 0.6mm and I have a couple of other sizes too. As you can see, it's got a beautiful anodised machined aluminium handle and those are colour coded depending on the size, so you don't need to worry too much, and also the handles are laser engraved with the size on the end there. I've got some high Q painted clips. Now these are pretty much the same thing as the Mr. Almighty mini clip, with the obvious exception that they have a metal handle, so they'll be a bit more robust but a lot less easy to snip to length if you need them to be shorter. To use with the scriber, I have some scribing guide tape. I don't normally use guide tapes for scribing, as you know, but with these very, very small scribers I think it'll probably be necessary to use a guide. Still with high Q, a decal squeegee. I'm not 100% sure how to use this, but I'm going to look it up and I'm going to give it a shot. Same deal, beautiful anodised laser etched machined aluminium handle and these little foam rubber ends. And here I have a little gauge, and you may have been thinking when I'm showing you the scriber and talking about different size scribers, it's all well and good having a lot of different size scribers to make different width lines in your model, but how on earth do you know which scriber to use? What size your current panel lines already are? Here's the answer: a micro gauge. This is a transparent plastic, sort of, it's a bit bigger than a credit card sized template effectively. There we go. See what I mean about quality? It's wrapped up in a packet and then it's in its own little plastic wallet as well, which it doesn't really want to come out of. There we go. Transparent plastic gauge. Idea being, you identify the piece of the model you want to do a scribe on, and you compare the size of the lines with the size of the panel line, and then you can use the most relevant matching size of scriber. Note that there are also dots on here, so if you need to drill a hole, or if there's a hole in the model or something and you need to match it, you can do the same thing. You can bring the dot over the hole, find the right size. Saves you trying to measure, because measuring things that are under 0.5 millimetre with a ruler or something, even with a caliper or some such, is quite fiddly. It's a really handy little thing, this is. And lastly this, a ceramic scraper tool. This isn't high Q, this is from Argo File, still Japanese, and it's just a ceramic bladed, and literally as a scraping tool. It's not a scalpel. I have actually had a little play with this and found it to be wonderful. It's cut to the right sort of angle that when you scrape it along, it just removes the plastic super cleanly. Really, really nice bit of kit. Feels comfy in the hand too. So all of these things I will be using throughout the build. Some of them I may well do separate reviews on, either in chatterbox format or as a review format. But that is why the Premium Hobbies logo is there. It is literally, there's a big thank you from me for the support that they've given me throughout this year already, and hopefully will continue to do so going forward. So there we have it then, a quick introduction to what is going to be coming to this channel over the next 3 weeks. A short format, step-by-step build of this Aerocobra kit for Christmas. I will also be featuring a multitude of popular English Christmas style snacks throughout the build, because this advent calendar does not come with delicious chocolate, as I said earlier. So I'll try and make up for that by showcasing a few popular and well-known English Christmas delicacies throughout the episodes, just to add a little bit of cheer to proceedings. I think I've said enough for now. I will be back hopefully with the first real episode on Monday, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much for watching. And with all of that said, I think it only remains for me to say, look after yourselves, look after each other, and Genesis out.